disturbed you for a lifetime, there is never a moment in which you cannot renounce it. There is not a time in life when any fault or failing that we possess has to be maintained. Sometimes we may say that if we shift our point of view somewhere in the midst of life, it will upset the pattern of our ways. But most persons' patterns of ways are so bad that they can well stand upsetting. It would all be better for them. The fact that we have nagged for 20 years has no reason why we have to nag even once more. If we have worried ourselves and our friends and our relatives and our neighbors and our enemies into decline for the best part of a lifetime, we do not have to continue this. Even one more worry must be decided on by ourselves. The moment we refuse to maintain that which is no good, we are free from it. Tension is always associated with negations, with preserving or maintaining things that are not good. How can we look over life, even in our own small spheres of personal influence, and not be aware of the fact? How can we study our own health patterns without accepting the effect of our attitudes upon our health? How can we overlook the fact that negative or destructive attitudes always make life less attractive for us as well as for other people? How can we overlook the fact that the moment we relax away from wrong attitudes, we cease to build tensions? Nature will not automatically destroy the habits we have built up. Tensions are habitual in our way of life. Our parents had them and their parents had them. The story of Western man is a story of 2,500 years of tension, with over 2,000 wars during that period of time as monuments to tension. Nature will not take this tension and wash it off as it might clean the slate marks off of a blackboard. Nature will continue to build up habit patterns because nature is like that. Yet with every habit pattern that is wrong, nature steps in with a consequence that is painful. Thus nature is forever reminding us that any destructive attitude we have is wrong, and we must stop it. Now people insist that the correction of these problems is stupendous. I've heard people say, yes, that's true, and no, I shouldn't be jealous of Jones, but I am. And every time I think of Jones, I'm jealous of him again. Oh, no, I shouldn't. But how do I stop? Jones has things I want. I think I'm more entitled to them than Jones is. I think Jones is a person who is too lucky. And so the person says, I have ability and Jones has the luck. So I'm jealous of Jones. Another individual says, certainly I don't like my relatives. I have good reason to. They never liked me. Why should I like them? You go to one of Jones's relatives and you say, why don't you like Jones? He says that you don't like him. And the relative says that you ever live with Jones. So everybody ends up by accusing everyone else of being the cause for the discomfort. The simple matter is, it's got to break somewhere. The first individual who realizes that this liking is wrong is the one with whom rests the correction. It has to move in and make the adjustment. And usually when one person in a complex of that kind straightens himself out, all the rest of the problem falls apart. It is all being maintained by one storm center. And if this relaxes, the blizzard is over. So in all these things, the question is how to get over them. And the Oriental mind suggests the garden again. Just go off somewhere by yourself and be quiet. Relax. Look around you and see a world of wonders, a world of miracles, a world of infinite life everywhere manifested. Listen to the song of the birds and watch the tiny creeping and crawling things upon the earth, each fulfilling their destiny for reasons that they do not understand or have never conceived of. Think of how you take all the rocks in the world and toss them together and you make a mountain. And when some vast volcanic strategy creates such a peak, ages to come say, how beautiful is this mountain. Formed out of some terror of nature, in itself a thing of loveliness forever. Everywhere in the universe, wisdom. Everywhere light and life. Everywhere creatures fulfilling purposes, either consciously or unconsciously. And in this quietude, in this peacefulness of things, who is man that thou shouldst be mindful of it? What is man in all of this, except another one of these marvelous creatures? Man wasn't fashioned to conquer the world. He was fashioned to relax and enjoy the wonder of creation, sharing with life all of the splendor of life itself. Man couldn't in the beginning enjoy all these things because, like the infant, he didn't understand. He did not know. He groped after some grasp or concept of existence. But now he is several millions of years tired. He has lived here a long time. He has left monuments of history and literature and culture. He has lived here long enough to live better than he does. He has enough philosophy, enough insight, enough religion, enough culture and art to create a far better world for himself than he has ever built. Why doesn't he do that? Why does he go on desperately perpetuating the jungle when he is a creature who has outgrown the jungle? Well, perhaps it's because he's thoughtless. Because he has never actually oriented himself to life. He has never really grown up to the point where he realizes that he never can own anything. That his own existence is passing. That he is here for a day. That he cometh forth as a flower is cut down. Because of the pattern of his existence, every inducement is for man to live well while he's here. And by living well, it means to live richly in himself. And why should he sacrifice this possibility of a beautiful hour of contemplation for some strange distorted process, such as trying to build a corporation? Why should he have this type of thing when the same wisdom which he now so strangely uses, if it were properly used, would give him the securities he needs without the terrible tension, stress, and conflict which he has built? It is perfectly possible for the wisdom of man to give him security without hate, to give him progress without death, to give him the unfoldment of his own character without conflict, without fear and anxiety, and jealousy and envy, and criticism and condemnations. These things are unnecessary. Man is a better thing than this. He has a better purpose. And sitting quietly by the side of a little waterfall in a Zen garden, watching golden carp flashing in the pool, perhaps the individual can suddenly restore his citizenship in a natural existence. A natural existence which is intended to provide him with time to sit by that pool and to learn to understand the golden carp that swim in that pool. For in the beauty of the afternoon, the flowers, and the growth of natural things, come the rewards that bring with them no pain, no stress, no anxiety. The individual can have friends. He can live a simple, useful, unfolding life of inner nobility. He can write great poetry and great